So I'm heading to the coffee shop that I love to go to, just to get some focused work and do a call with my business partner, do some coding, do some customer, maintenance. My goal is to have mindfulness of breath and remain present and calm and sort of stable throughout the work session, so I don't just get like tense and kind of lost in the work and in the tension. So my goal is to remain calm, kind of even in this moment, being able to stay with the breath. It's really hard to do, but so important. I wish there was a way I could like mount this so I could film while I drive safely. Let me see. Dipsy, la la, home. I guess that works. All right, let's see if this works. So there was a voice telling me when I would sort of brainstorm what I'm supposed to do with my life 3 years ago, that was telling me, just learn to code. And that voice didn't really make sense because I didn't want to code. I didn't want to be a coder. I explained that in 2 videos ago. But it wasn't really like the voice that was in my head telling me what I want and telling me the things that are like the easy desires and the I guess that's the voice. It's like the desires, the common mental chatter that's like, I want this, I want that, things should work this way. Just checking if it's recording. That voice is different than the voice that's just the still guidance inside you that just it doesn't really like it evolves and it changes, but it stays pretty steady and stable. And this voice was like, just learn to code. And so I'd go through all of these things in my head of what I should do, this or that. But then at the end of the day, what came through that just kept coming back, and it was in a different like tone, it was in a different source, this voice was like, just learn to code. And so I knew like, yeah, like I'll figure that out, but I kind of put it off. And then I realized it was the same setup, same formula, same equation, same scenario with making videos. And there's so many reasons why I don't want to make videos. There's so many reasons why I'm not even like good at it. You know, like the lighting in this video is terrible. I don't have any plan of what I'm supposed to share today. I don't know what my like channel as a whole, I didn't know what it was supposed to be about, but I had this like deep inclination and this steady voice that kept saying, you know, every time I'd go through like all these things I'm working on, all these things that I could or should or want to do or wish would work out, there would just be this steady voice that was like, don't forget your videos. Don't forget to do your basically like daily entries. And when I would think about it, like, okay, so this voice is clearly here, and like, what would that look like? Would it be like a video a week? Would it be like what's the topic? What's the, let's break it down. Cause like, kind of like learning to code. It's like, okay, so like, I'm down to like think about learning to code, but what do I do? Like, am I making like am I learning HTML and CSS and vanilla JavaScript, or what am I doing? Where do I start? And like, why? And so with the videos, I had a realization a few days ago. It was like, well, you don't really know why, but you know that it's the same voice that was absolutely correct in regards to learning to code, learning like digital development and working with technology stacks and like doing things hands-on. It was absolutely correct. And so the same voice is telling me to make videos. So let's listen to it. Let's let's think about this. Where do we start? What does it look like? And what do you like? How does it fit into your life? How is it managed? How is it manageable? And how is it something that you can like digest and it's not just this painful, forced thing. And what came through is like the fact that you don't know how often to do it, and the fact that you've put it off for so long and you've been so inconsistent with it. Like, take a moment and you've made a lot of videos, and that's huge compared to, the year prior, but you're not very consistent and you don't take it like super seriously. At least in the way I want to take it seriously. And so almost like as a challenge, or like if you don't know, well, then go all in. It's like, if you don't have like this clear once a week or once a month, and this is the way the videos are formulated, then just do it every day. And that was like the realization I had 3 days ago. So today is daily entry 3. And we'll see. Like, yesterday I almost didn't even make a video, but then I was encouraged by my fiance. Feels weird saying fiance because we have 2 kids, but like Kenna, she was like, did you film your video? And I'm like, kinda. I got some B-roll of me working with Damien. I don't know. And I was like gonna kind of like, I don't know. I just didn't really have like any structure, and it was already like 6:30 p.m. And she was like, well, you have to do it. Like, a day ago, you were just talking about like doing these every day, and you've only done one. And I'm like, yeah, I need to do it. So I was like, okay. So I went downstairs, and that's the video I posted yesterday. And then I woke up today, hung out with Indy, made breakfast, did some physical movement, of which I need to do more today. But I did enough where I feel content. And yeah, I think part of the challenge here is like, I really don't like the lighting, but part of the challenge here is like, okay, I'm doing it every day. So daily entries has been taking form, and that always deeply resonated with me because it connected directly with my whole thesis on why I'm building the cloud, this like personal development operating system interface that will connect to other creators and builders and artists. Essentially, my theory is we're all creators of some degree, we're all artists of some degree, and we all build in some degree, especially, the generation that picks up their phone and uses tools like social tools or like digital commerce tools. And yeah, just the people that are on YouTube, the people that are on Instagram, that use Linktree, that use bookings tools, and like all of those people are using scattered tools right now, and unrefined systems, and we're kind of just like, well, this is what's available. And then, like, you think about it, like Linktree hasn't really changed in like 12 years or 15 years or however long it's been around. And the same thing goes more or less with Instagram. Like, I don't use it, but when I get on it, like occasionally, or like I'll see a friend that opens it, I'll be like, wow, this is weird. It's like so different, yet so like it feels old, yet like, what do you do on it? Like, it feels foreign. I do love YouTube though. I think it's a better format for me. But I do like daily entries. I do like the ability to sort of like hone in on my day and jot down what I want to do tomorrow and what I'm doing today, how I'm feeling, what's coming through, post, pin some media that aligns with that day. Like I got a funny clip of my daughter grinning at Teletubbies, like full grin. And it's just like, I could just sit in my camera roll, which is fine, but I want to pin this in my day. Kind of brings it out of the camera roll and into a more of like a scrapbook, social, like knowledge sharing interface. So that's why I'm really excited about the cloud and just the systems I use, because you can still use it. I did it with Mastery OS with Notion. Then I did it with Typo, my previous project, which is now just pages inside the cloud. There's a Home Depot truck 2 cars ahead of me, and it says, "What are you working on?" I like that. And then there's a Jeep, or is that a Bronco? I think it's a Jeep Gladiator. It's like behind this Home Depot truck who's going kind of slow. We're going like 32 miles an hour, um, which is 50 km, 57. So now we're going 37. So this truck's going slow. Like that guy wants to go 50, and he's like weaving out of the lane and coming back in. I'm surprised he hasn't just like gone, but it just makes me glad to not be in a rush. Bless that man or woman. Maybe they need to be somewhere and it matters, but I'm also just glad that I can just chill. I'm grateful. I also don't blame that person. Like it does say speed limit 50 right there, but homie's going 30. They've probably got some like fridge propped up in the middle that they can't tip. So the guy's like, "Don't know what to tell you. You can honk all you want, but I'm not going to tip over this fridge." And that guy's like, "Come on." But who knows? I'm just making assumptions. It's so pretty, this drive. See if I can pull the camera up. You can't really see it, but it's just this beautiful New England marshland, kind of near the um, near the ocean. He's trying to go by, but he had second thoughts. I need to stop watching these people. It's like, okay, now he goes. Great. Now I'm the one behind the Home Depot truck, and so now I have this pressure of going or not. Just kidding, it's fine. Let's get back to thinking about stuff we actually want to think about. I'm gonna like readjust my posture and breathe into my core diaphragm, sort of like see where the distribution could be more anchored and balanced. And I'm just enjoying driving slow. He's turning. He's signaling, but there's no turn for like half a mile. This is great. I'm not annoyed. I'm curious about all of this. There's a line of cars behind me. He's not from here. Yep, definitely got a fridge that he doesn't want to tip over because he is turning so slow. He's not a very good driver. He just pulled over with his butt still out in the middle of the road. Crazy. But he's kind. He just pulled over to let everyone go by. That's why, I guess. So I'm heading to this coffee shop that I love, and I'm going to, if I see the owner, I've been meaning to, but I get scared or I just am busy coding or working or something, so I put it off or she's talking to someone. But I'm gonna hold myself accountable to talk to her and offer to build them a site that could perform better for SEO, AI discovery, both local and national. And I think it will increase sales and I'll do it for free. And if it makes a difference, we can discuss me having like a small like tech partner position in the company. But like it's the best coffee I've ever had and I want to, it's literally the best coffee I've ever had. And, and I want to like have a piece of that and be a part of it. I don't really care what degree, but it's also fun for me to like to think in the future like that the best coffee I ever have had, I also have a share of it or I have some role in it or I played a part in it or like the coolest website. It also has the coolest coffee website. And that's because of me. Like that intrigues me. It excites me. So I'm realizing now like driving and recording is nice because I can do these daily entries in different places, not just like I don't have to go to a specific scene and sit and have something prepared or be in a specific mood. It can just be like, oh, I'm driving to go work. That's 20 minutes of chit chat. You know, I can drive and be silent or drive and listen to music or whatever, but it's nice to just get content. And these daily entries, the point is to share these online and to make them public and to make them packaged or refined enough where like they've they're integratable. Sorry, I can smell fumes from the truck ahead of me. I'm turning on the. It's brutal. I I wish my truck would um, always stay in like internal airflow state because I'm always driving around cars, and so I'd rather not breathe car fumes and then intentionally turn it off when I know there's not car fumes around me. But like, I always have to wait till I smell the fumes to remember to turn off to turn on the internal airflow button. I wish it was the other way around, but I'm glad that I have an internal airflow button. I had a Model X before, and I really liked um, I think they called it Fallout mode, where it was just like crazy HEPA filter, like almost like a nuclear fallout grade air filter. Um, Although I don't know if it would always stay on or not. Of my five viewers, I'm curious if you guys know. So yeah, making these entries isn't about like it being the perfect thing to watch or click or share. It's more about like this is what's going on in my head. This is what's going on in my life. This is what's coming through. This is what I've learned. Basically, it's just like a raw daily entry of me and where I'm at and what I'm doing. And that's useful for me And I think it would be useful for other people because they can kind of like, it's like you can use it as a mirror, or you can use it as like a way to kind of say, oh, whoa, he does that, and he's he's vulnerable about that, or he's doing that, and he's not letting something stop him, um, or finding things interesting or relatable. Like I feel like that's useful to me, so that's why I do it in hopes that it's useful to others. My brother watches these videos, and hi Dylan, and I know that he's like enjoying it. Like he doesn't mind me talking about like the Home Depot truck. Like I know he's like laughing. So it's enough. It's enough. Like if everyone else that happens to see it, I call them passerbys. If someone else sees this and they're like, "What the heck is this?" and they never watch me again and they give me a thumbs down, that's okay because I know my brother's laughing at me. And I know that like this will go get dropped into my day, and in 100 years, my great grandkids can go click on it and be like, "Great grandpa was weird. Like, look at that old car. He's talking about airflow ventilation. Like, what is exhaust? What is he talking about?" He has to drive to go get coffee? He doesn't teleport? All right. We made it. The beautiful land of coffee. So I'm committing to these things. I am going to talk to the owner and try to get this like process done. Um, I emailed them once and I don't know if they opened it or not, but they never responded. Um, and then I left a note with one of the employees to give to them, and I never got a response. And so now I'm going to talk to them. And it's kind of like making these videos. It's like you have to reduce the shame or the embarrassment. Obviously, don't be annoying. Like I'm being like respectful and mindful of the way I reach out, but I'm not going to double leave a note. I'm not going to double email. I'm just going to try a few different ways and see, because I know that they need my help. Um, at least that's the way I feel. So, but most importantly, I'm going to work on the cloud today and um, launch a client's website with one of our like web app tools called Webshop, and I'll try to get some screen recordings of what I'm doing in hopes that it's helpful. Um, Other than that, my goal is to be mindful, and my goal is to stay with my breath as much as I can, as often as I can, and to enjoy this coffee. And to be patient and helpful when I have opportunities to be helpful to myself or to others, to listen when I talk to my business partner, to be present and collected when I reach out to my clients so that I'm bringing calm solutions and progress rather than scattered back and forth. To code well, to really like audit the documents I made last night that are going to be built today. They're like, I call them build docs, but I really want to audit and make sure that they're perfect. And so like, even though it's painful to read, just like read through them, um, make progress on my templates that support these. And take time to stand up and move during these workflows. Let's do this.